rather than allow, or in any way facilitate, penal labor and retards like Ann Mitchell from Carnegie Mellon, the city of Pittsburgh, to get the last word on a hard working day, which they're bound to try to in an environment like Jay Inslee's klepto-derisive Seattle. I thought I'd make some comments to shore up what may be left of the JFK generation who still model liberal obligation around Franklin Roosevelt and his wife Eleanor, which is highly admirable. But we live in an age of American society where it's clear that America itself doesn't stand for anything at all. So it's just a haunted society. One of the forces haunting our society are these Kennedy Roosevelt liberals who stood for reason and decency. Now, goblins came down for and up from the skeleton soils. Um, Promoted pornographic genocide in the name of the Catholic Church, which I'm sure the Pope would be um, the first to agree is anti-Christian. Um, to do nothing but harm to the American mentality that Kennedy and Roosevelt stood for. There was no time at all prior to Johnson and Bush, the Texans, when American soldiers were known for rape and torture, known to do it, encouraged to do it, alibied in doing it. But the Texans somehow mongered things so that it became a norm with the help of Hollywood. And that's a Frankenstein bypass that works around the dignity of the American soldier that was so well regarded in World War II. And the hatred that America has engendered among certain quarters, for example, Seattle's Licky Chops quorums and UW Dialectical, which are filled with malice. They're the most despicable people I think that has ever been conjured up out of the American tundra. I mean, even it's just like the people stories you hear of the Gatling guns used on innocent Indian families. It's just like that. It hasn't changed. These people give a tone to the American establishment that is very different from the Roosevelt and Kennedy era, where things sort of hit a plateau where you could substantiate that the American soldiers were generous. You see them giving chocolate to Japanese children. Nobody on my father's ship was particularly proud of the atom bomb. They didn't really know what it was, they heard about it. So the transformation of this albatross into a vicious justification to empower truly hideous marauders comes from people who imagine themselves sober. Black men like Gerald Horne imagine themselves sober, but they're conjuring up the axis, and they don't seem to care that they are. By padding the ledger of Negro grievance with the acid refrain that Hiroshima was the white. And of course, you know, Kim and Putin get hold of it and say, well, America is ideologically weakened. And the way I see it, you know, so they use that. But the way I see it is that what happened with Allen Dulles after World War II completely subverted what we hoped to achieve by that war, which is to put a stop to barbarism and institute respect for established law. And instead, we made a pact based on a simpleton's idea of foreign policy known as domino theory that led to the colossus of the nuclear arms race and the Exxon poachers and the arc of colors that has descended on us with the um, pitches of Donald Trump calling the need for nasty cop action within days of the monkeypox explosion. So is he talking about something specific? I would like to know. It sounds to me like he is. Donald Trump likes to blow his buggers on his crimes, his DNA. And of course, he has licky boots, you know, the sort of, you know, dagger licking Cameroons they call Yinzers. It's pointless to get into realistic depiction. What sort of horror show is monitoring for Inslee's demented, creepy Seattle? What it is I have to say, but believe me, if you're of a more decent, caring, remorseful, resolute, public service oriented mentality of a former generation, you're not forgotten. And don't um, surrender to the gobbling of these gargoyles.